Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Tonight we are drinking Dunkin' coffee. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, have coffee with us, or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and hit pause now and get that together, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Tonight, guys, we are going to be talking more and more about items that continuously come up missing in the grocery stores. Now, these items aren't necessarily ones that we've seen missing, but we are going to discuss some of the ones that I have seen disappear. The ones we want to really focus on in tonight's conversation is over-the-counter medicines and prescription medicines. Now, we did a video similar to this about a month ago, but the other day I was at Kroger and I was covering a lot of the different prices and how expensive some of these over-the-counter medicines have gotten, and I got flooded with comments of a lot of our viewers not as concerned with the prices as it is just finding them or getting them. It's a growing concern that we need to pay attention to as we go along here. Maybe, that's why we always talk about stocking up on things, when we find a good price on it. But some things, because we never know. We never know when something could be in short supply. It might be hard to get some of these items in, so if it's something that you do use, we were talking about in our last video how a lot of our viewers were getting half of their prescriptions from their doctors, blood pressure, different diabetes, things with diabetes, getting like half of their prescriptions, still getting the other half on time before they ran out. But this was a concern, and it had a lot of people worried. Well, when I covered some of these medicines the other day, I guess a lot of our newer viewers were chiming in about a lot of the different things that they're seeing in their stores across the country and around the world. We had a guy that was talking about not being able to get his medicine for his wife. I won't go into what she has or anything. I know you had said in the comment you hoped that I had seen your message, and I have. Even though I don't respond to all of them, I did see your message. And a couple of our viewers in Canada who keep talking, a lot of viewers from Canada who keep talking about a lot of the over-the-counter medicines just not showing up. Children's medicine has been probably at the top of the list. Children's Tylenol continues to be a problem in Canada, and I don't know why. We have it here, and if it's a possibility, maybe try to order it online. I don't know, but it is a concern, and it's something that has been concerning a lot of our viewers, so we definitely wanted to talk about this today. Now, one thing I will say is that places like Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, prices keep going up on all the different medicines, even at some of these places, except for like Dollar Tree, where they're still $1.25, but you really don't get much. You don't really get much for $1.25. Not anymore. But these places, I'm seeing a lot less and less over-the-counter medicines. Is it harder to get them in, or are prices so bad at other stores that people are shopping at these places and buying what they can? I don't know, but I've never seen, except for the last year or two, I've never seen shortages of medicine in some of these more value stores, shortages as much as I see today. And, we have to pay attention to these things, guys, and I know paying attention is something that is hard to do when it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. With grocery prices being so expensive right now, it's like a lot of people are having trouble putting together a list of things to eat, right? How am I going to get by? How are we going to do this? And it's like you forget about some of the other things, like medicines, things like this, maybe your prescriptions, maybe, there's so many things. It's not just food, right? It's clothing. Everything's going up in price. Maybe not at Walmart. And that's where we say that Walmart still does kind of shine with some of their other things other than food, because we see food go up at Walmart too. Now, we have seen shortages at our Walmart on different Equate brand medicines, and some of Tylenol. We have seen shortages of Tylenol. However, the most children's Tylenol that I have seen in one area has either been Target or Walmart. So remember those two stores. I don't know if you have I do believe you have Walmart in Canada, but I don't know if you have Target. But those are two stores where I tend to see the most children's medicines. Now, Kroger Marketplace, I didn't go over it the other day because I wasn't really reminded all of this until everybody started talking about it. And you know, I usually cover things that most people are talking about at one time, so that we can kind of pinpoint what's going on and what's coming in and what's not. Now, the over-the-counter medicines is one thing. The prescription medicines still ring a bell in my head here, saying that, you know, they need to work this out. Whether it's coming from overseas, whether it's coming wherever, we need to work this out in America, and we need to work it out as a group all together around the world, because we can't have people not getting their medicine. Now, of all of the comments that we've had, we haven't actually had a comment of someone saying that they haven't been able to get their medicine. That issue has only been with over-the-counter medicine, so that's good, I guess. You know, I mean, I still don't like hearing all these people that say they can only get half of their medicine, because what if you don't drive? Well, then you're paying an extra time for transportation, or maybe you're paying to have it delivered, so you're paying an extra fee to have the other half delivered. There's a lot of things in play here that continuously add up higher prices for you and everybody else. Now, I wasn't going to, you know, we got a lot of comments the other day on over-the-counter medicines and how they've been in short supply. Someone had actually mentioned Family Dollar. I've seen a couple photographs of some stores that have been completely wiped out. Kind of looked like our Big Lots. I haven't been to Big Lots in a while, but they usually have a good amount of medicine in, but over the last few months, they haven't. They haven't. We used to point that out as a good option in case you couldn't find some of these things, and now they're just not getting it in. So I don't know if maybe they're not reordering or something, and that could be because maybe they traditionally don't sell as much as other people, maybe because of the price. The price is going up. Price has gone up on Tylenol. It's gone up on Advil, all name brands, and now we're starting to see the store brands go up as well. And not being able to find them. Right? Now, again, we haven't had that issue here, but we have before. Those of you who've been on the channel for a long time know that we cover all of this stuff, and especially when it starts getting into the comments here, I take notice of that, and I will start searching for it, making sure we're checking the stores that we go to, at least that sell medicine, to see what they have and what's going on. I don't know, guys. It is just, it's crazy. Out of all the viewers on our channel, Canada seems to have the most problems. And some of our northern states, one of our longtime viewers from Michigan was saying that they were having an issue finding over-the-counter medicines. Now, does that have something to do with transportation? In the colder weather and snowy weather and all that? Could be. But why was this going? It seemed worse at the end of summer, right? Now, I know you could say it's cold and flu season. I expect cold medicines and stuff like that to disappear, which they did. They did, and we were pointing out places where to find them, you know, because people who traditionally shop and buy these things at Walmart, well, if enough people shop at your Walmart, it's going to wipe it out. That's why we're pointing out other places, so that you don't get stuck having to pay the ridiculously high prices at like Kroger or Walgreens or the dreaded CVS. Right. I know some of you will say they have deals at CVS sometimes. A lot of people shop at CVS for different things. I actually went to CVS and did a video there, and I ran out the door as prices were... and maybe that's just around here. I don't know, but it was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe how high the prices were. I couldn't imagine having to shop at a CVS. And I know if you're shopping maybe like the 2 or 3 or few deals that they have there, I don't know, though. It was pretty crazy. Like, I never walked into a store and just wanted to walk out that fast. Like, it was pretty bad. I mean, the medicine, there were no sales, no deals, and it was like everything that was, even at Kroger's high prices on a lot of these different things with name brand, they were still like $4 or $5 higher at CVS than Walgreens. I found deals at Walgreens. Maybe we need to go back to Walgreens. I don't know. What does Walgreens look like around your neighborhood? Let us know down in the comments. Anything we are discussing in this video, let us know if you are experiencing the same things. What are some of the things that you are noticing missing? I will say that I haven't noticed hardly anything except for like Walmart and, like I said, some of our value stores. But they haven't been getting in a lot of over-the-counter medicines and stuff like that for a while now. Dollar Tree's very hard to keep them in. Sometimes I'll luck out and I'll go there when looks like they just got a truck of them, and then for the next month or two they're just gone. So I don't know if they're not getting in a truckload or something like that. Not really too sure. But we saw what happened with Dollar Tree with the bleach and the toilet paper and stuff like that. It took forever for that. It was a month, I think, before I saw a roll of toilet paper at Dollar Tree. Crazy. So, moving on to the next segment of this video. Over the last couple weeks, we've gotten a lot of comments. Not a few. No, I wouldn't say a lot, but a few. And it kind of sparked something in my brain here that I wanted to talk about. Because this has been going on since the beginning of the pandemic. We've seen a lot of companies go under. We've seen a lot of companies sell out. And then we still continue to see things that were in the stores and then now are disappearing. Different brand items that are going away. Now, I'm not going to cover each individual one, but I will say that there were a lot of different, out-of-country products, things that are coming in from out-of-country, like things that Kroger used to sell, that Walmart used to sell around here, Meijer. You can't find them anymore. A lot of different world foods and stuff like that. We're lucky here in Cincinnati, Ohio, because we have Jungle Gyms. Jungle Gyms, we have 2 of them, and they get food from all over the world. They pay the price, though. They pay for it, and you will pay for it too. But if it's something that you like, they pride themselves on making sure that they have everything that other stores don't. So if ever you plan a trip to Cincinnati, plan a trip to Jungle Gyms. If you've never seen one of those videos, I've done a few videos at both Jungle Gyms. It's a pretty amazing place, but it is pricey. They make it fun, though. They make it fun. It is the weirdest, wackiest grocery store in the world, or the country at least. Animatronics, different things leading you to different international food market and farmers market, stuff like that. So it's really fun. But I don't know if these stores can do business with people who they used to do business with. Because these are the kind of comments we were getting. Like, I couldn't find my different soy sauce. I couldn't find my different rice noodles. I couldn't find my different drinks that you used to get. Some of these, they're just kind of disappearing. I noticed these things at Kroger. Kroger will actually leave spots for a while until, with the hopes that maybe they'll get an order in, but we continue to see different items disappear, like just not sold anymore. And I think why people don't talk about it a lot is because it's items that most people don't buy. I mean, I think. I kind of feel that way because from all the people we have on the channel here, I only get maybe a handful of comments a month to check out some items that are just not there anymore. Like a lot of different sriracha that's been gone for years, different noodles, different things that just have disappeared. Now some of them have been replaced on the shelves with other things, but some products just aren't being sold here anymore. And what is sold here, and that could be many factors. That could be, is it worth them to transport the product? Is it worth the company to pay for that transportation? Do they sell? What are the numbers? Kroger is very good at things like this. What sells in Cincinnati may not sell in Nevada or California or Michigan or New York. Now, Kroger owns a lot of different stores. Chances are you probably have a Kroger-owned store somewhere close. If not, they got distribution centers all over the country, and they say they can do the online delivery now everywhere. So take that for what you will. I've heard a couple people that have said they haven't been able to use it. So if you live way out in the country or something that's really far from, I don't know. But every time we've gotten a comment on someone not being able to use the Boost program with Kroger, it's always been where you live way out. And I don't know. I'm not really sure. They claim they can. But a lot of these things come into play when it comes to transportation, different things like that. Is it worth the company, even inside the United States, to travel to take said product to a certain area? Okay, good example here, okay? Even over here at our Kroger, okay, the many different Krogers that I visit, okay, if you take, now there's a Kroger that is further south of here, right? That's in a different neighborhood. They sell a ton more like world foods, like different like Asian type foods, different types of noodles, stuff like that, and they continue to get those products in. As to where the couple Krogers that I go to don't have all that. They may have a couple things, but people are buying it there. They're doing the numbers. They know this. So whatever little bit that they are buying now isn't being spread out to all the different stores in the city. It's being put to one area where people are able to get it. So if you know this, like I do, well, that makes it easier. And I've said this before, I've answered comments with this. Check a different store of that same store. Like look at a different Kroger or a different Piggly Wiggly or Harris Teeter or some of these stores at Publix. Maybe look at a different Publix. If you're not finding some of these different products, maybe look online first and then put in the zip code. Don't ever put in the city and always put in the zip code. Okay, because they go by numbers. Even though it'll say you can do it this way and everything, sometimes when you go on these sites and you put in the city and state and stuff like that, it will just... It's supposed to put it in the city and state anyway, but I've noticed when I look up things for like Publix in like Florida or something, it'll keep popping up the wrong one. Like I'm looking for one in Sarasota when it's trying to point me at one in Orlando. And then I put in the zip code and boom, it just puts me right to that one with the city and state still in there. So I don't know. Online can be funny sometimes. But point is that you can sometimes find products that have disappeared from some of your stores at other stores. Another good example is Aldi. No Aldi has the same stuff when it comes to their here today, gone tomorrow, or even Aldi finds. That is whatever they get in that region that is put out into those areas. The only time that it's ever going to be the same is when it's like seasonal items, like around Christmas. You'll find like a lot of those Winternacht candies and stuff, but most, I wouldn't say all, but most Aldi stores are going to have different things, different items that they are given to from that different region. Okay, like what our Aldi has may not have the same things that your Aldi has. Okay, and again, another thing where you want to put in the zip code if you're checking out a different Aldi as well. I do that from now on. That's all I do because that seems to work better and doesn't revert me back to the one that I was looking at before. I don't know. I've had real hassle with that. It's another reason why it's hard to do like the online stores. I know some people want me to check out their Publix in town. I may do something like that someday, but it's difficult because sometimes even the stuff that we're seeing online may actually be a little bit higher because it may think that I'm trying to order online even though I'm not ordering online. That's if you want to see the right prices for which store, you want to make sure when you are online that you're looking at the paper ad for that store, because they can be different from state to state. But anyway, guys, yes, we need to pay attention to the different medicines and things like that going on. It continues to be an issue. I always hope these things get better, that the right people are going to step up and say, you know what, enough of this. It seems like, knock on wood, it seems like the baby formula thing is working, right? We've seen it go way up in price, but it's there. It's there. And I know a lot of you guys, I was kind of shocked. People, after that third or fourth comment of saying, hey, we're not worried about the price, where's the Tylenol? I mean, I hear you. At some point, it's like, if this is something that you need, and it's just an example. There was somebody who said, where's the Tylenol? But at some point, it has to start getting better. We have to do better as a nation and a world economy of getting this together, because we're not the only ones suffering here in this country. Obviously, people in Canada, we're getting somebody from Australia had mentioned this as well. Some kind of medicine you weren't able to get. That was on the 50% thing. So but I mean, that's around the world. This is a world problem, and we need to fix it. Everybody has to have their medications, and I don't know what all this stuff was. A couple people had mentioned like some of these medicines are being taken away and stuff. The question is why? Why? Like some of these different cold medicines and stuff. I mean, it wasn't anything that I had heard of. It's something outside the country, but different cold maybe if something was not right with the cold medicine, maybe that was taken down for that reason. I don't know. We got a couple comments on that, but you didn't really. Neither one of you really elaborated on it. I don't really know what it was. I tried to look it up, I tried to look it up. I didn't see anything, any cold medicines that were being taken down. I know there were a couple things in Canada that they were discontinuing. And again, the whole thing with the medicines in Canada seems to be a real issue. I won't dive too deep into that as far as, you know, what's going on or what we may think's going on. But let me know down in the comments what you think. If you're one of our thousands of Canadian viewers, please let us know what's going on, and make sure everyone is letting us know what's going on in your store. Make sure you abbreviate your city and state so that we can kind of create the roadmap of knowing where things are going, coming from. You know, I do jot little points down on different parts of states and around the world so that we know if something's not coming in, something we can mention here on the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope the video helped here. Have a great night.